What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. Let's talk about something real quick. I've seen some videos from my fellow YouTubers out there stating that Manny Pacquiao can knock out Crawford. I might have to interject, but I want to explain. Although Manny Pacquiao can knock out pretty much anyone out there, you have to ask the question, what is the probability? What is the probability that Manny Pacquiao can knock out anybody? Okay. Let's just walk through some of these people who he did knock out. Ricky Hatton. When you think of Manny Pacquiao knocking someone out, the first and foremost opponent that I thought of, obviously maybe everybody thinks about that, is Ricky Hatton. Then you got to think about it. Ricky Hatton came in, he was just like, he was all in. He was like really not that defensive. And he came in and he led with his head. He came in like, he had this little move, his little feint, and then came in, right? But Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach trained for that and knew how to deal with that. But when you have somebody as slick as Terence Crawford, let's just call him Bud, okay? When you have somebody as slick as Bud, who also knows how to use his feet, okay? Then the probability of a knockout becomes a lot less. Can he catch Crawford? Sure, he can catch Crawford. He caught De La Hoya, okay? He didn't knock out De La Hoya, but he caught De La Hoya until De La Hoya quit. But he didn't knock him out. And this was even a drained De La Hoya. And by the way, I absolutely that was one of my favorite fights that Manny Pacquiao has ever fought, because he hit De La Hoya with every single shot and completely outclassed and shut him down. You watch the quality of his boxing that night. You'll know that he truly is a Hall of Famer. We saw that in that fight. Well, the question is really, will he be able to knock out Crawford though? It's not likely. It's not likely. I don't think it will happen. Like, again, as slick of a boxer, even like Adrian Broner. Was he able to knock out Adrian Broner? No. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Bud Crawford is a better boxer, had more skill than Adrian Broner. So it's really less likely. If he can't knock out Broner, I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Terence Crawford. Again, I just don't see it. Again, does he have a puncher's chance? Absolutely. Manny Pacquiao, complete legend. But is it probable? Again, ask yourself, is it probable that Manny Pacquiao will knock out Bud Crawford? I don't think it's probable. So then the question is, it's going to have to go to boxing skill. I think it's going to be a pretty tight match. That's a tight matchup. And it's going to actually boil down to stamina and creativity. Because I don't think either one is going to be trying to knock out each other. Well, let me explain. I think Bud, he's not afraid of anybody, okay? And I was thoroughly impressed with Bud's performance against Kavaliauskas. Kavaliauskas despite what anyone thinks that he's like a C-class fighter, I don't believe that. I really believe that he was a legitimate fighter. But and hey, he was caught by Kavaliauskas too. He was caught, all right? And people said, oh, yeah, Cava just completely rocked Crawford. And if he rocked Crawford, then Manny Pacquiao will definitely end Crawford. I don't think so. You know, Bud Crawford, he likes to take risks. And obviously, with risk, you get caught. But same thing with Manny Pacquiao. Do you think Manny Pacquiao doesn't take risks either? So who's more susceptible of getting knocked out, Bud Crawford or Manny Pacquiao? I think if there's going to be a knockout, it might be an upset in the sense that, you know, given that Bud Crawford is going to have the advantage. And I think with Vegas odds, I think maybe Manny Pacquiao would be regarded as the underdog. Again, being 43 years old to Crawford's being, you know, a lot younger, I think Vegas odds will probably put Crawford as the favorite to win. So if anything, he could very well upset the entire boxing world, and we could see another devastating knockout by Crawford, by Bud Crawford. We could probably see that. But again, I think Manny Pacquiao has enough experience to not be caught. I think he's probably going to be very careful. But the problem is, and I think this is where I don't like the matchup, you know, with Pacquiao to Bud Crawford, is because Bud Crawford, he's going to be switching southpaw to orthodox style. He's going to be starting out as a lefty first, then he's going to switch to righty at certain times. He could do both. So I think Manny Pacquiao is going to have a tougher time getting his footing right against Crawford, because now he's going to have to train from both sides. See, that's the advantage that Crawford has against all of his opponents. His opponents have to train against southpaws and against orthodox fighters. That's his advantage. And I know a lot of, like, you know, boxing commentaries and, you know, and trainers out there, they say that he's doing himself a disservice by not choosing which side, but that's just the way that Crawford is. He's a different animal. He has a different skill set. He has a different set of talents that he presents to the boxing world, that he brings into the ring. That's just the way that he thinks. He's got that creativity as well. So it's really going to boil down to who has the more stamina and who has the more creativity. So on the card, honestly, I still think that Manny Pacquiao has faster hands than Crawford. But I think he also has the mental fortitude over Crawford, because Manny Pacquiao has been through many, many championship fights. He has been on the biggest of boxing stages in boxing history. Can we say the same thing against Crawford? I don't think so. So this is where I think experience, mental fortitude come into play. I think the more of the nervousness and the nerves are going to be a detriment to Bud Crawford. If he steps into the ring, and here's the thing, I saw an interview of Tim Bradley talking about his fights against Manny Pacquiao, and he admitted, and this is why I really have a lot of respect for Tim Bradley, because he's a humble person, And he talks real. He talks real. He admits it. He admits when he gets rocked, he's like, no, I felt that. I felt that. He says it. And I admire people with that kind of honesty, you know. And he admitted he was terrified. He was terrified. He felt really, really the nerves coming out when he fought Pacquiao. And I think Bud Crawford, being human, despite his, you know, how confident he seems, he has never been on the stage against the likes of a Manny Pacquiao. So I think from the get-go, I think Manny Pacquiao would probably start pretty well. And then once the nerves start to wear off, then Crawford will start getting a little bit more comfortable, and he'll be able to adjust a little bit. But I think as far as the card's going to go, I think Crawford has a slight advantage because he's longer, and he's younger. He's more fresh. Again, like Manny Pacquiao stopped really moving a lot against Keith Thurman. He squeaked out the win. I can't say he truly dominated Keith Thurman as much as I wanted him to dominate Keith Thurman. Being a warrior, I'm a big fan of Keith Thurman's. I think he's always been a very entertaining fighter, ballsy fighter. But Manny Pacquiao definitely, I think he escaped. Again, it was a split decision, right, against Keith Thurman. So will he slow down towards the end like he did against Keith Thurman if he fights Bud Crawford? Yeah, I think he'll slow down also. But Bud Crawford, he's got a lot of stamina, and he's got a good chin, and he's very fast, comparably as fast as Manny Pacquiao. Is he faster than Manny Pacquiao? I don't think so. But is he comparable? So when you think about this stuff, who has better footwork? I think they're comparable. Bud Crawford, his footwork is a bit unorthodox because he could switch lefty to righty. So he's gonna keep Manny Pacquiao on his toes, and he's gonna give Manny Pacquiao different looks. And I don't think Manny Pacquiao will really get his timing down as much as he would want, because just like Manny Pacquiao, Bud Crawford is also a counter puncher as well. Now, I know that people might not think of Manny Pacquiao as a counter puncher, but he is. Go back to the video. Go back to the tapes. Look at how he builds his arsenal. He builds his offense behind a counter move. He does this. That's how he does it. People just kind of don't see it because he throws a lot of combinations. So people just write him off as just a volume puncher. That's very far from the truth. But so is Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford also is a counter puncher as well. Very creative. So this matchup is going to be very tough. And I think towards the end, once Bud Crawford gets the nerves out, I think he'll start winning rounds because he'll just figure out how to touch Manny Pacquiao more than Manny touching Bud Crawford. I think Bud Crawford has the head movement. He's got the foot movement. He's not flat-footed for sure. And I think he might squeak out the win. It might be even a split decision. But again, and then again in the boxing world, right? I think if it goes to a decision, it's gonna go towards Crawford, because there's no way that Arum is going to allow his prize fighter to lose against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao he's got already so many losses already, in his record. So he's got nothing to lose, really. Crawford, though, on the other hand, has really everything to lose. Undefeated fighter, right? Everyone said, I mean, Crawford really, really needs Pacquiao on his resume, so that all the commentators out there and the pundits can stop saying like, well, who has he fought? That's why they say that he can't win against Spence, which, by the way, I think Spence is really messed up right now, his health, and now he definitely has the ring rust, and I think that crash really got to him mentally. And knowing that he escaped death, I honestly think he probably lost the mental edge and that mental confidence, I think, in his next fights. And we'll see that. I think we'll see that. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. So my prediction with Bud Crawford against Manny Pacquiao, if this ever even happens, first of all, I think that Bud Crawford will win by decision. I don't think there's going to be a knockout. Again, my heart, I would love to see Manny Pacquiao just like completely knock out and lay out Bud Crawford. I would love to see that. Can he do it? I think he can do it, but it's not likely. These guys are professional killers, and they're smart. Bud Crawford's a smart boxer. He's got boxing IQ, so you're not going to see him take as many chances against the likes of a Manny Pacquiao. So he's going to be very smart about things. So I think it's going to be a close match, but I think Bud Crawford is going to get the decision just because of the boxing gods out there. And then you add like Manny Pacquiao's age and the fact that he's going to slow down towards the end. That's it. So let me know what you guys think. I know that a lot of fellow Filipino brothers out there are gonna not like that prediction, but I'm just talking real here, and I think you guys also, deep down, if you really follow boxing, you know what I'm saying. So I'm prepared to face the fire on that, but that's it. So let me know what you guys think. Chime in. Subscribe if you haven't, and like and share the video if you can. If not, that's okay. It's all good. Just chime in and give me a comment. I love to interact with everybody in the forum. Stay safe during this pandemic. Take your vitamin C, your vitamin D. Vitamin D, first and foremost. Vitamin C and vitamin A to help strengthen your immune system during this really, really uncertain time. That's it. That's all I got for now. All right? Talk to you soon.